Hey everyone, I'm live in South Philly. This is the heart of the Indonesian community here in South Philly. And I'm with Sinta from Modero and Company, which is a dance company based in South Philly. And she's going to be giving us a tour today. And we're going to be visiting a handful of Indonesian businesses here in South Philly. And some of them, if we're able to, we're going to go inside. That was a SEPTA bus that just passed us by. So right now we're at the corner of Hicks Street and we're between Hicks and we're going to be walking south. So this is the northernmost we're going to be on the trip. And we're actually starting outside of this little Indonesian store, which is Cafe Pandoa, which is the main store where a lot of the Indonesian companies come to buy things from home, vegetables, snacks, meats. So Sinta is going to say hello. Hi, Sinta.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to South Philly.
Thank you. So we're outside Cafe Pandoa, and is this a place that you go regularly?
Yes, absolutely. And then this is where the community would come and get prepared food and groceries and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, do we have a minute to look inside?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take a look inside of Cafe Pandoa. It's been about 3 years since I've been here, so I'll see if it's changed at all.
So this is, everybody's a little bit busy today, but everybody's wearing a mask. So as you can see.
So it's going to be a little bit challenging in here, but we're at least going to show you.
Yeah, but we'll show you like things like this. Indomie is like one of the things that we eat. Everybody eats Indomie here. And then during the week, there's like all fried food, as you can see. And then because this is the weekend, everything's gone. And then all the Indonesian drinks, including like teh kotak.
Is that half coffee, half tea, or is that
No,
something?
this is just tea.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
got it.
and it's not as sweet, which is what Indonesians like. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So Sinta's a local celebrity here, as you can see.
No, I don't know about that.
So, okay, Sinta.
So anyways, like amazing stuff. Typically all the cookies and all the sweets and desserts is on this side. And then this is more like the savory stuff, including like spicy sambal and sauces is all here. And then it's not as much because, you know, a lot of people already come and buy, but you can get things like this is like empal balado, which is from Sumatra. So this is something like, so it's like all kinds of variation of Indonesian food.
Okay. I had this when I was in
Yes.
Jakarta back in last March, 2020.
Do you know what it's called?
No, but a friend told me to try it and I did.
Yes, that's martabak.
And is that the
it's
same as
sweet.
this?
It's the same. So that's just
Okay.
the smaller version of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would go and then this is usually, you can buy the Indomie, like individual single packs, or you can buy it. Indonesians will come here and buy the whole box and then just take it home, right? Yeah, so on this side are all the snacks from, so this is things that we grew up with, the Marie Regal biscuit, and then also all kinds of chips from cassava chips, banana chips, and then spicy peanuts. So these are usually on this side, and then you get like even like the Dutch chocolate.
Oh,
This is
okay.
like everybody's favorite, and then you have to eat it with this kind of margarine. Like this goes hand in hand. This is like an Indonesian staple right here too.
My first experience with Indonesian food was actually in Amsterdam.
Oh, see, what did you have first?
I believe it was mie goreng.
Okay, so
This
the
is
noodles.
17 years ago, so
Okay.
actually 18 years ago. So should we go back out this way?
We can go back this way, yeah. 'cause
Okay.
I think they'll be
So we're going back out this way, and then we're gonna go through here. Again, this is some already prepared stuff. Sinta, am I correct in saying there would be a lot more, like if we came earlier?
Yes,
be a lot more
absolutely.
of
This
this.
is all packed, top to
Okay.
bottom.
So, are we ready to head outside?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow you.
So we're gonna head outside. I'm gonna lead the way just for the next minute, and then it's up to Sinta. And goodbye.
Makasih ya.
Okay, so now you
Find
could
anything?
tell us where we're going next.
Okay, so the next one I think we should go to would be to Hardena.
Which is right on Hicks.
Yes, so we're gonna go on Morris.
Okay.
Oh, watch out.
Now, Hardenia's been featured on, I
Yes.
believe, Guy Fieri.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah. So this is one of 2 restaurants in the area that I've actually tried.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this one, and then probably the last one we're going to visit. So we're turning right here on Hicks Street. Now, I know we're in South Philly, which encompasses probably a third of the city. Is there a specific name for this neighborhood?
So right now, what we try to tell people, this area right here. We want to turn it into area called Kampung.
Kampung,
Kampung, which a village, means a village.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah, so this is basically almost like the area. Ooh, it's
And is
windy.
there like somebody lobbying the city council or something like
That's
that?
what we're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can't really go inside the Hardena, but we can just knock and see.
No, that's nice. So these are just, I guess you would call these brick row homes.
Yes, row homes, definitely.
Okay. This is like a very common look in South Philly. I feel like this alleyway.
Yes.
So
And
how
a lot
long?
of Indonesians live in this block too.
A lot of Indonesians live in
Yeah.
this block. Well, they can't all have cars because it's kind of tight in
Right.
here. And by the way, just to put this on a map, we're only a few blocks from Broad Street in the BSL SEPTA line, right?
Yes,
Okay, so if we made a left up here, we'd be not too far from Broad Street.
right, exactly. It's the Tasker Morris stop.
And is Thomas Aquinas Church over that way?
It's actually that way.
That
on
way.
17th Street.
Okay, so now, I believe they have masses in Indonesian.
Yes, they do.
Okay, and another fun fact, I know Sinta's the guide, but I'm gonna throw a fun fact in here. That's where Rocky and Adrian got married in Rocky 2.
Really? I don't
Yes.
even know that. See?
Yes.
I learned something new.
Yep. So we're coming up, I believe, is this
This is
Hardenia?
right here.
Okay. So this is a very busy place. I'll show you the sign over here.
Yep.
Surabaya is a region, right?
Yes, so Surabaya is a city in East Java.
Okay.
Yep. So that's basically where the food is from, and that's
And-
where the family is from.
What is Waroing? What is that?
Oh, so warung really means like a small cafe or like a small pickup, like a to-go kind of spots in Indonesia.
Okay, and you've been here before?
Yes, yeah, this is like one of our friends.
Okay.
They just don't let people in, so you have to order. You have to call to order, and then they'll come out and
And I'll
bring
just
your
show you exactly what she's talking about. So you have to call that number to order, but it sounds like we both highly recommend it. I've been here before as well. They do this thing called not a pizza box,
food. Yes,
and they put a bunch of food in a box, and it's huge. Bring friends, and there's only 2 options.
Absolutely.
There's with meat and without meat.
yes, it's delicious.
It's delicious. So,
Yeah.
okay, so do you want to continue?
Yeah, we can continue. Let's see, we can probably walk this way to 18th Street
Okay.
to Solano.
Okay,
I think Solano we can go in. Huh? You gonna go to the car? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, go in the car.
okay, so 16th, we're walking up to 18th.
Yes, so it's on 18th and Mifflin.
So how long have you lived in the Philadelphia area?
I moved here
Oh,
in
just check it out. By the way, this can give you an idea of where we're at. So that's Center City right up there. You can see through the alleyway.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
So how long have you lived in the area?
I live in the area since early 2013. I mean, I've been back and forth before I actually moved to Philadelphia from Delaware.
You said Delaware?
Yeah.
Okay. So like when we originally met through the Jakarta Cafe, not in person, but when I originally found out about you, you were actually going back to Indonesia, so we couldn't meet when I was around. So
Right, right.
this in-person meeting's been at least probably 15 months in the making. So again, when you turn here, here you have an even better view of the skyline.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
this is like new building now, right?
I was going to say, that looks fairly new.
Yes.
Are there
So-
like a lot of luxury condos popping up in this
Yeah,
area?
absolutely.
Okay.
We see a lot more of that now.
And this is like, with how tight parking is, it must be like a real privilege to live there.
yeah.
and have your own spot. I'm assuming that's like private parking.
Yes, it is private parking for this apartment complex here.
So if you're looking to move to Philly and this is within your budget, it looks like this will be a good place to live. And what is that tower up there? The stone?
Oh, that one is a church.
Okay, not
on
the
that
one I
side.
asked about though.
Oh, which one is the tower? This one?
Yeah, is that St. Thomas Aquinas or is that east?
No, St. Thomas Aquinas is
Oh, okay.
north this way.
Okay. So would you say the community is growing, staying the same, or is there like a flight?
We
Or
don't
like an
really
exodus?
we don't really have a data right now. It used to be a lot more, but what we know is about 5,000 still live in South Philly, but then about 10,000 lives in Greater Philadelphia area. But we still haven't counted second, third generation at this time.
Okay. Would you say that as far as within the city of Philadelphia, this is the main heart of the community?
Yeah.
These blocks that we're going to walk today?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. I thought Angie was gonna come with us.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh,
We
okay.
started with like 8 and now we're down to 2.
Oh, okay. Did you do something else before this?
What's that?
Did you go somewhere else before this?
We've been out all day. We actually started at a bakery, Artisan Boulangerie.
Oh, okay.
We started there, then we went to her current space, Compar Kitchen. That's St. Thomas Aquinas?
Yes.
Okay, I know it's the third time I asked about it. I'm glad we're actually seeing it.
Yeah, that's
Now,
St.
this
Thomas.
has nothing to do with the Indonesian community, but that is the church from Rocky 2. If any fans are
Well,
in the area.
it's also one of the churches that Indonesian community would go to.
Yeah, so when I was there to take a picture, I saw like mass in at least 5 or 6 languages.
Yes. Yeah, we have our own
Vietnamese was
Indonesian-
one, I believe.
Yes, I think they have also Filipino community there.
So would it be the same pastor giving mass in all those languages?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
Indonesians we have our own pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, who would come all the way from Indonesia just to be with that congregation.
Okay, and he would live here.
Yes.
Okay. So here we're coming up on 18th Street. Was there a van or something like that, or van down south more, like a takeout place?
Oh, Fem's Cafe.
Yeah.
So that one is a takeout place. I don't know if it's open at this time. They're not really open regular hours, but yes, there is one on Snyder.
Okay, right. So another thing I noticed when I was here a few years ago is when I looked on, I believe I used Yelp as a base to start searching, and I was surprised by like how informal a lot of the places are, with the exception of the Jakarta. Everything was very like informal. I didn't see like a lot of like people from downtown, or it just seemed like it was really meant to serve the local community. And like Gardenia, probably the same thing, but it seems to have caught on.
Yes.
But a lot of these are very informal. So like I've never lived in Philly, I was like glad that, you know, I'm here working on a story about Angie's favorite places, and a lot of them, like I said, are very informal places that like I would overlook if somebody didn't take me there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you don't know, you won't really know all the little spots.
right, so you're getting a treat, everyone that's watching live. You're actually getting to see places that you have to do a little bit of research to find, or even better, know somebody.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. A lot of these small businesses don't really do a lot of marketing. So, you know, like they need the help with that. So that's why people from outside of the community don't really know about these places unless you know someone who's Indonesian or someone who's been there.
Right, like if you know what to ask for, you at least have somewhere to start. Like if I say like rendang or something,
Right.
they'll understand that.
Yep. And then, are we at Mifflin yet?
Hoffman is up here. This is Siegel, and I can't read the sign
I
up
think
there.
that's Mifflin right here.
Yeah, and I haven't been in this area in a little while, so I don't feel like I know the streets that well. I just
Yeah,
know
that is Solano. So we're gonna cross the street from here.
Broad Street's that way, and Snyder is that way,
Yeah.
and I believe what's the other one? Rittner, is that still
Yeah,
south
so
of
that's
us?
Snyder. This is Broad on this side.
Okay.
Okay, so we can go to
are,
Solano
are
right
we
here.
going straight or
No,
turning?
right. Right
Okay.
here, this corner.
Okay. All right, so
This
we're
is
gonna.
where, yeah, it should be
see-
open.
Okay. So what is this place here?
This is Solano Cafe.
Okay, so this gives you an idea of how informal this is. I don't
Yeah,
even
there's
see a
no
sign.
sign.
Right. So
But we can go in.
okay, so this is great. We're gonna actually get to go inside now.
Hello. So this is Solano Cafe. You don't see the sign, and I think they're working on the sign right now. You still see all kinds of Indonesian spices over there, but the food is actually over here, and then you just tell them what you want, and then you take it to go, or you can eat it here.
Okay.
So there's no waitress or anything. You sit wherever.
Yeah, you sit wherever and then you order from here. This
Yeah.
is kind of what Hardenia looks like as well.
Yes. Hardena maybe it's about the same size, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I recognize a couple words. Satay is meat on a stick. Nasi is rice, and that's about it.
That's it. Let's see what else is there. So bakso is the meatball, Indonesian meatball soup, and then mie ayam is the Indonesian chicken noodle. And then let's see, there's a bunch of soto is also another soup. And then it looks like there's a bunch of curries there too, because this is specifically Acehnis, or the Sumatran food. So the taste is gonna be a little bit different at Hardena. It's a little bit more spicy and a lot of curry, just because when you're from the western part of Indonesia, your food has a lot of Indian influence too. So that's why it's a lot more curry, like goat curry and lamb curry and things like that.
Yeah, so when I was in your city, Cirebon, I had goat satay. I'm trying to think what else I had. I think I had mie goreng.
Mie goreng, yeah.
But I have a question for you. Angie said something earlier. Menus are more of a Western thing. In Indonesia, you don't have menus everywhere?
No, so it's almost like here, that may change tomorrow, right? Nasi kuning is like the yellow fragrant rice. And then you come and ask this beautiful lady here, and it's like, what's on the menu today? And then they'll tell you like,
She'll
oh
just
yeah.
point to each dish?
Yeah, typically Indonesians will know what they want. You see the fish, you see the tofu, the chicken, and the kale cooked in coconut sauce. Like, we're familiar with all of that.
And I recognize some of the things in the refrigerator from the store we were just at.
Yeah, so it has similar things like the teh kotak. See, that's like a must-have for Indonesians, right? And then like the jelly drinks and things like that. And then you have the noodles. Yeah,
Okay.
so whoever lives here, then they'll buy stuff from here instead of going all the way to Pandoa.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're good?
Yep, we could lead. You could lead
Makasih
us.
ya.
Thank you.
So we go to Jakarta now?
Okay. So since I've been here in 2018, have a few places closed?
Yeah, so there was the one grocery store near Pandoa. So it used to be called Friendly or Jinko. That one's closed and then changed names a couple times and then closed permanently. Let me see. What else closed? Right now, one of the first Indonesian restaurant called Indonesian Restaurant on Snyder, they're not open because of COVID. The people who ran that, they're older, so they actually went to Indonesia. So it's just temporarily closed. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are other Indonesian businesses that open, like Jembatan Lima and then Sky Cafe.
Lima means 5, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's so Jembatan means bridge. So there is Jembatan Lima in Jakarta. So I think the people who opened that restaurant actually from that area in Jakarta. So that's why they named that restaurant that way.
So we're heading south on 18th Street?
Yeah, so we have to actually go to 16th and Rittner.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a while.
Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them here. In the meantime, do you want to tell us more about your company, your organization, Modero and Company?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Modero and Company is a traditional dance company, but our mission is not only to talk about dance or perform the dance, but we actually utilize all traditional Indonesian culture to also just promoting and preserving the culture, letting everybody know in the city of Philadelphia that we're here, and also using it to start conversation in the community and then in between communities. So we use our art for activism.
Okay, so now do you focus on a specific region in Indonesia when you're teaching dance? Do you focus on like Balinese or Sumatra or Java?
Yeah, that's a good question because people typically say I'm a traditional Indonesian dance artist, but I'm actually trained in Balinese dance and some Sulawesi dance and Javanese dance. So I'm not really the expert or a master artist in other parts of Indonesia.
Right, because the first place I visited was Kuta in Bali.
Okay.
And it was totally different from Cirebon or Jakarta.
Yeah.
So like I know when I was there, I did get a chance to attend a classical Balinese dance.
Okay.
And it was really elaborate. I remember that much, and the outfits and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I saw some of your pictures through the Facebook page. What is the significance of like the face paint and some of the masks that I remember seeing?
Yeah, so Balinese dance has a lot of Indian influence. So you see a lot of ornate, like decorations on your faces. And then the makeup has to be a certain way, and then the costume has to be a certain way. So it really depends on the dance and the story it tells. It goes with that specific story or that specific history or philosophy of the dance.
Okay. And so we're coming up right now on...
I think this is Snyder.
Okay. So this is another subway stop along the Broad Street line, I believe. Snyder, Oregon, then the stadium.
Yes.
So we're in pretty far South Philly at this point. You could see earlier you saw the skyscrapers in the background, but there's another Philly staple, water ice, or locally known as wooder ice. So,
so we can probably walk this way.
okay, sure.
Probably more into, Fans Cafe is that way.
Okay, and you think it's closed at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was another place back behind us, but
Yeah,
it's
at
not
this
open
point
right
it's
now.
closed.
Again, this is kind of getting into the informal aspect of a lot of the establishments here. Like I know Hardini, where we just came from, they have 11:30 to 8:30, 6 days a week, but that's not the case everywhere. And here we're coming up on Bouvier. Is that like Jackie Kennedy?
I don't know, I guess. Yeah, so
'Cause
this is one of the oldest Indonesian restaurant that is called Indonesian restaurant that right now temporarily closed.
Okay.
So this is also owned by the same owner as Pandoa Cafe.
Oh, the store.
Yes. So all of the food that are sold there are using their commercial kitchen. So then they are allowed to sell it to the public.
Okay.
But the restaurant itself is not open for public at this time. They're just using the kitchen.
Okay, have you been here when it was open?
Yes, and it's delicious. But it's more like Hardena. It's more Surabaya food, like more East Java.
Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna just rattle off a few of the dishes that I'm familiar with, and you could tell me where it's from, or if maybe it's different in each region. Like, I'll start with an obvious one, rendang.
Uh-huh. Rendang. We call it rendang.
Rendang.
Rendang, yes.
Rendang. Okay, so is that different everywhere, or do you know the
Well,
story?
It's originally from Sumatra.
Okay.
So, and then a lot more other people are just making it their own version of it. But if you really go to Sumatra, rendang is not supposed to be too saucy. It's supposed to be cooked until it's really dry.
Okay.
And I learned this from a friend of mine too, who's a chef and a blogger. And here, you see a lot more rendang with more sauce. Because people like to eat it with sauce, right? Like the
Like
rice
I like
and
to
the sauce.
actually eat it with coconut rice.
Yes, or you can do it that way too.
Yeah, so that's Actually, when I went to Jakarta the last time, I ended up getting rendang with coconut rice.
We can cross this way, but it's
Okay.
probably safer.
Before we do, I just want to show everyone, Philly has nice murals all over, and there's one. This is the Church of Philadelphia. So now we're crossing Snyder,
Yep.
and Broad Street is over there, and then probably the western suburbs are that way, or
Yes.
there's probably a rail yard or
Definitely.
something.
Let's see, can we cross?
I'm not sure. I think if you keep going, you hit. You can't just keep going.
Grace Ferry area.
Okay.
That side, if you keep going, you hit University City and all that.
Okay.
On
So
that side.
tomorrow I'm in West Philly. I'm going to be spending a day in West Philly for the most part.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward to that because basically I did, day one was North Philly, day two South Philly, which is today, and tomorrow, day three is West Philly.
Okay.
So I'm at least getting a taste of all the different areas. So are we crossing here?
Yes, we're gonna cross right here.
Okay.
I guess we can go now, right? Then we're gonna head to Rittner and 16th, where Jakarta is.
Okay. And are we able to go inside there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
They're
I hope
open.
they still have that painting of
They do,
Gambier
yeah, they
Station.
do.
Is that Gambier?
Yes, that is. Yeah. Good
Okay.
job.
Because the first time I went to Jakarta, I was visiting Jakarta and Cirebon, and I wanted to be near Gambier Station
Okay.
because that's where you get the train to Cirebon and other cities.
Yes.
So I wanted to be near Gambier Station.
What year was that?
2017.
Okay, so it should be a little bit more modern compared to
So
when
when I
used to.
went last March, and you have like you were working on not a subway, but like at least the monorail.
Oh yeah.
And then I used this regional rail.
the MRT. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't really long enough. Okay, how many Indonesian restaurants are there in Kampung, Indonesia area in Philly? We have Maria asking us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So right now we definitely have Solano and Hardena. If you were talking about an actual restaurant, we can cross this way.
Okay, and then are
We're
we?
gonna do this and then I'll go that way.
Okay,
Yeah. So only two in that area.
so
used to be a
we're in a
little bit
different
more.
area now?
Yeah. So this is like a little bit further south from Kampung, but it
Okay.
is a lot of the Indonesian restaurants and businesses or food businesses are on the west side of Broad Street.
So if you're not terribly familiar with Philly, we're walking towards the stadiums now, the sports
Yeah.
complex, I believe.
Yep, so this is a lot more Italian community live down here.
Okay, the Rocky 2 house is like over there on like 23rd and Lambert. So the reason I bring that up is I walked there from Broad Street a few years ago, and I saw like a lot more Italian bakeries and things like that than I expected to.
Yep.
So it's if you're coming to Philly, it's not just the Italian market. There are other places scattered throughout.
Yeah. You'll see a lot more sort of mom and pop Italian bakeries that nobody really talks about, but they serve amazing desserts and breads.
Yeah, Termini Brothers is not the only game in town.
Right? No.
Everybody seems to, if you know one bakery in Philly, it seems to be that one. Because that's actually the first one I've tried.
So it's a little bit different. Indonesian community is a newer immigrant. So they need a little bit more established. I guess we can turn this way.
Okay,
One more block that way.
okay.
A little bit more established. They have probably better system with the block captain and things like that. So, you know, like the area, I feel like a little bit more cleaner. And then
You're
when
saying here?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm saying here. And then with the new immigrant community, there's still a lot of things that we need to get used to and learn together, you know. So it's a little bit different. It's been a challenge too, coming to a new city. Probably around 98, 99, that's when a lot of people came.
well, did something in Indonesia happen to make all the people, like as more people come here at that time?
Yeah.
The financial crisis?
The financial crisis and the Suharto regime, the new order came down, and then there were Chinese Indonesian targeted. So a lot of them flee the country or fled the country, and they were seeking political asylum here. And then a lot of people actually went to LA and New York, but I think there were some people living in South Philadelphia, and then let people know that South Philadelphia is a little bit more affordable, like living costs is more affordable for people.
Are you comparing it to New York?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're continuing to 16th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go that way.
Yeah, so I could speak for that. New York is, even during the pandemic, with things, rents going down a little bit, it's still outrageously expensive. And yeah, this is, I could tell you, this is more affordable. Have you been to Elmhurst in New York?
Yes, I have.
So that, I believe, at least I think that's the hub of the Indonesian community there.
Yes, definitely Elmhurst. Yeah.
So I've been to Awang Kitchen.
Oh yeah, Awang Kitchen. Yeah.
And I did not get to chance, I believe Upi Jaya has closed. I didn't get to try Upi Jaya before they closed.
Yeah, Bali Kitchen, also the other one that closed down during the pandemic. So.
Yeah, I believe New York lost more than 1,000 restaurants during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, it's a shame.
So,
Yep.
okay, so we're on 16th Street right now, and is that Rittner up ahead?
Yes, that's Rittner, and then should be in that corner over there.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll let you get ahead of me.
Yep.
And what do you call this neighborhood? If anything.
I don't know if is such a name, but it's still pretty well known as Italian neighborhood. There's almost churches in every corner in this area. So that's all I know. I don't
Okay, so
really
the
know.
Italian community, they're doing a lot of business on the at the 9th Street Market.
Yes.
But they're probably not living there?
Right, absolutely. They
Okay.
live around this area, then more on the southern side too.
Okay, and has it been that way for a long time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, so right now we're coming up on Rittner, and the place we're referring to, Di Jakarta, that cafe, is off to the left. This was actually the first Indonesian restaurant I tried, and I don't remember anybody's name there, but I'm sure Sinta will help us out with that. I remember they have cool little artifacts and toys on the wall.
Yes, they still do.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to showing everyone that. And we're at the corner of 16th and Rittner. So have they been open for, they've been open, I know they, after the restaurants closed, they've been open for a while?
They're open for pickup only, but I think when the city let people have dine-in, they're finally open. Maybe still about 25% capacity at this time.
Okay. Yeah, so restaurants in Philly right now are not at full capacity, right?
Right.
Okay, they're still not at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna cross here.
I think we have to enter from this side.
Okay,
Oh, we'll see.
okay.
To
Sinta's
go
gonna lead the
only,
way.
please use other door.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we can go in as long as we have a mask.
Okay, we have those.
Hi, Len. Numpang, bentar ya, cuma mau jelasin, boleh ya?
Okay. So this is the first Indonesian restaurant I ever tried in Philly. And these are some pictures from different parts of Indonesia. A lot of rural areas as opposed to just city. But if you do want to see city, you can just take a look here. This is what stood out the most when I first came here. This is Kota, so that's not Gambir, it's Kota, is that right?
Kota means city. It is Gambir.
Okay, so this is actually
Oh, no,
Gambir
wait,
Station.
Ini stasiun Gambir bukan?
Yeah, Gambir.
Yeah, it is Gambir.
Station Kota.
Oh yeah, you're right. Stasiun Kota, so it's not Gambir actually. Halo
Okay.
Tante.
So I was mentioning earlier that I took the train from Gambir to Cirebon. That was my first train journey in Indonesia, pretty much my only one. But what is in the back there? Is that a government building?
Yeah, that one is the city hall, I believe. The Jakarta City Hall.
No, actually,
This is not City Hall?
the museum.
Which
The
museum?
Fatahillah.
Oh, Fatahillah Museum, which is in near Kota area then.
And is that near Little Amsterdam?
Where is Little Amsterdam? Because I don't
I
remember.
thought it was
that.
near one of the main train stations. There's like this little area that looks like Amsterdam. And I'm actually, is
It
it okay if
could
I
be,
point the
yeah.
camera up here? Because I want you to see somebody actually eating like they more likely would in Indonesia.
Yes, that's how we eat, mostly with our hands.
Yes. So, what is Martabak? Is that a different location?
Yes, different. So this is that is like our sister store. So martabak is like a sweet pancake.
So this is a dessert bar or another full-service restaurant?
Only take out only. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is Washington Avenue, which would be north of here.
Yes.
And what is kasang?
Kacang.
Kacang.
Kacang means peanuts.
Okay.
Yeah, so we call it rempeyek. So it made from like a flour. Yes.
Okay. And are these an Indonesian snack? Salted egg, fish skin?
No, actually we import from the Philippines.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So still Southeast Asia. And 40 arang.
Yep.
What is he saying?
Oh, he's just saying that we should support the street vendors, you know, so like delicious food, but you should also, you know, support the street vendors. That's what he's saying right at this minute, so.
Okay. All right, well, I want to show everybody one more thing. This wall here, I thought this was also really cool. These are different, I can't tell you what everything is, but I know that's the equivalent of like a tuk-tuk.
Mm-hmm. Yes, bajai. We call it bajai.
Bajai. Okay, we have a motorcycle and just different little things that you would see in Indonesia. The name di Jakarta is, are you from di Jakarta? Are you from Jakarta?
Yes, we are from
Okay.
Jakarta.
Okay, all right,
Yes,
so that explains that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so why we use the D at the beginning of the letter, it's like an old pronunciation.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't do that anymore, but in the old days, there's also D and the J, and then it's a silent D, but so it's, you know, you just read the J.
Okay, and right now you're open for takeout?
Only for today.
Oh, only.
Yeah, usually we already open for dining.
Oh, okay.
But only for today we do only take out.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, this was Sinta. She's from Modero and Company here in South Philly. And when we're done, I'm going to be uploading this to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/BrianMayRome. And if you're ever in South Philly, consider coming here, di Jakarta Cafe, 16th and Rittner. And I'll be uploading this soon, and it'll also be on Facebook and Twitter. So real quick before I say goodbye, I just want to say thank you, everyone, or terima kasih. And how do you say goodbye?
I mean, you just say, usually, yeah, sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa. Okay,
There you
thank
go.
you, everyone.